85% of eligible West German voters flock to the polls, and a smiling, confident Chancellor Adenauer arrives to cast his ballot in Bonn for the Christian Democrat ticket which he heads. Socialist candidate Adenauer, his chief opponent, casts his vote for the party which was destined for overwhelming defeat. During the balloting, hundreds of Red sympathizers from the eastern zone of Germany had infiltrated polling places and had attempted to intimidate voters. Police have their hands full dispersing the rioting mobs. Many are arrested and searched, but despite the efforts of commie agitators, the election results in a smashing victory for the 77-year-old chancellor and gives his coalition 306 seats to 150 in the Bundestag. It is a striking triumph for the free world as the thwarted Reds stream back to their zone. France takes the ramps off a new jet interceptor, the Barodeur, which needs no airfield, no wheels, only a trailer from which the craft is launched. After the plane takes off, the trailer is braked to a stop by parachute. An enemy raid on an airfield wouldn't stop the Barodeur. Any highway could be its launching site, and on any highway it could land on its skids. High above the California desert, new altitude and speed records are set. Marine Colonel Marion Carl is at the controls of the Douglas Skyrocket as it is released from a B-29 at 34,000 feet. Then the plane, powered by 4 reaction motors, climbs to a new altitude record, 83,000 feet. A few days later, Colonel Carl set a speed record of 1,143 miles per hour. Back to France for a postgraduate course in aerial acrobatics. First the model, then the real thing, as qualified pilots seek a diploma in stunt flying, and the camera goes along to show us what the pilot sees. It's an upside-down world to a stunt flyer, but he has complete control of the plane at all times, regardless of his position. And he has a parachute, just in case. After this precision flying, that flyboy should graduate with flying colors. But he's got one more test to take, the tail spin. So if you're the squeamish sort, don't look. Whee! Solid ground will sure feel good after that. General William Dean, the #1 prisoner of the Reds in Korea, arrives at Munsan, one of the last captives to be returned under Operation Big Switch. He is welcomed back by General Maxwell Taylor, 8th Army commander. A prisoner for 3 years, he was captured fighting a rearguard action in the early stages of the war. At a base hospital, President Syngman Rhee bestows the Republic's highest decoration on a general who personally fought tanks with a bazooka. History reserves a bright page for fighting Bill Dean. As a Navy transport docks in San Francisco, another hero of Korea is welcomed back by General Glasgow, and then he sweeps his wife into an embrace. He is Sergeant Hiroshi Miyamura, Congressional Medal of Honor winner, whose feat of heroism was kept a secret while he was a prisoner of the Reds. Today is his day of glory and reunion. Patients at the Kingsbridge Veterans Hospital in New York enjoy their 5th annual party and carnival. Paraplegics vie with one another for the most original costumes and come up with some novel ideas as they forget for the day the fate that keeps them chained to their wheelchairs. The affair is sponsored by veterans' welfare organizations and the Veterans Administration. Awards are made for the most outstanding rigs, and the Admiral comes off with top honors. It's a day of real fun into which the veterans throw themselves with smiling enthusiasm. Speed is the thing on the Bonneville Salt Flats in Utah, with hundreds of drivers out to shatter old records in national speed trials. New fuels, new devices to get the most out of engines, and new thrills as time and racing cars fly by. Existing marks don't stand a chance as the speed merchants pour on the coal. The Engineering Achievement Award goes to owner and crew of the Shadoff Special, and an Added Award to the designer. Stars in his eyes and movie star Kathleen Hughes in his arms. Lucky guy. Canada is host for the first time to the World's Water Skiing Championships. Speed, thrills, and spills highlighting the great aquatic show at the Canadian National Exhibition in Toronto. Barbara Metcalf of Canada runs into trouble on the slalom course. Leah Marie Rawls of Auburn College, Alabama wins the senior women's title. Spills coming up. Quinn Roman of Mexico hits the 85-foot mark, but hard. Stand by for a crash landing. Win or lose, they keep their sense of humor. Give that boy a big hand. Alfredo Mendoza of the U.S. wins the senior men's title with a jump of 91 feet. 91, adding up to victory for the king of the water ski aces.